Now, this bush here is not really new to us on the 169. We've been here. The only difference is that this time around we had a different spot and location, and this is where all the adventurous, patterns gonna take place in our stay, and of course other treks within and around the bush. Okay, we're just at a different spot, but within Kafue National Park. Back to it, and of course this is where the adventure for tonight, and this adventure for this particular session is gonna be on your 169. This is Mukambi Lodge, and thanks to their collaboration with us in bringing you your 169 another attachment way. Okay, I'm to it.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Mukambi Safari Lodge.
Thank you very much. Should I call you Mukambi? What's your name?
My name is Mukambi. No,
Mukambi.
Annie Kim.
Annie Kim, right.
Hi,
Nice to
Mr.
meet you.
Machamanda, Victor.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to Mukambi.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Yeah, how's this place?
It's been good, eh?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
nice.
Nice and dry for a little bit. We had so much rain.
Certainly. Oh, in the past days?
Yes.
We had it all dry on the way, so I was wondering like what's going on. But the vegetation can tell, well, like it's been an experience of some good rains, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how was your driving?
We drove quite correct on the tar road,
Yeah.
but I don't know, we were trying to be a bit adventurous and see
You went off
a little something. So we went through some signage written 17,
Yes.
and I got the result for this. So
no.
yeah,
Good
clean legs
start.
out of it. Yeah.
That's
Okay,
the bush
cool.
experience.
Yeah, of course. I hope this is not just like clay or
No,
It's a little bit
no.
more.
Yeah, you will be
You don't
alright.
get
You'll
your
be fine.
adventures, you'll be fine.
adventures on the river or anywhere else. All right, but thank you so much for hosting us. We
You're
hope
welcome.
to have a good time with you guys, and certainly unleash your packages that you have, for the rest of the tourists out there. So as myself, naughty tourist.
Yeah, yeah. Hope you enjoy the place as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Have a
You're
good
welcome.
time.
Sure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Right.
I've been trying very hard to convince Mukambi if at all I could be found in room 3 and go with the exploration of our adventure today. But unfortunately, the campsite is quite exclusive for today, so I'm going to be finding myself in one of those chalets around here. It all starts with a greeting right here. Looks like any other fig tree that you're going to find anywhere, but this is an eagle, I suppose. But it is an eagle that you should find. Natural stone, the beak on it. This is the most attractive thing that actually go to the site here. It's called a tent camp, okay, or a tent house. Of course, you and I as a layman, if you get to hear of a tent, there's that feeling of a tent really. Now, what's inside is what is amazing about this place. The more reason why I was trying to convince them, can I just spend the night in here? And they said, no, we have a home already for you. So come with me. That's what I meant when I meant to persuade Mukambi for me to be in this particular space. But hey, tough luck for me. This is the missing part of my adventure right on this space of the Kafue National Park. Exclusive, I don't know how many names out there. Many names can be found in the expert's mouth, if you can say it all. But of course, this is one of the luxurious rooms, I guess, that you have in around the space. Excellent work. Even the phrase home away from home sometimes couldn't come alive, to what you see in here. Yeah, I think it's home exclusively, home in room 3, somewhere, in this kind of tranquility. But I must say this is some perfect, art and design, aligned to your space here. Okay, this is just all natural, isn't it?
It is very much.
Okay,
All
and such a
local
room
material.
speaks for a person, 2, double.
This is actually a room for, is the design, it's a room for a couple.
For a couple,
Yes.
wife and husband.
Yes.
Because I'm seeing the design, the shower is right next here, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Only if you're a couple, you need to tolerate somebody walking into the shower and bathing.
Yeah.
They are reading a book. Oh, okay,
Exactly.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And the artifacts is all gotten now from here?
Yeah, it's all locally.
It's all locally made, yeah.
Within Zambia, but you bought it from other markets, from guys that are knowledgeable.
Okay, yeah, pretty awesome. I was just listening to the address the other day by Presidency speaking about having some natural stuff
Yeah,
to pick
yeah.
up in the home. That should be a wardrobe, I guess. Okay, now the most thing that actually sinks you into another horizon, where you're just away from the whole bustle of the city. I don't know if it's a hustle and bustle, whichever one comes first. It's just about the view I'm seeing here. The Riviera. You can bath from outside. you know, if you decided not to inconvenience who is reading your book as in your partner,
Yeah, yeah.
that's about the whole space right there, I guess. So okay.
Free A flow.
Yeah, and that's the emphasis I'm trying to kind of imagine or get, try to convince you to say, am I really at the nicest place or somewhere posh, wherever we are? But this is just speaking for itself. And I guess if I had to go into that, that would be boring. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful,
sure.
serene, what you would love to expect in a tranquility, a zone that is actually, you know, saving you out of all that kind of noisy there. But how affordable is it to be here, really? Does just somebody out there walk into Mukambi and think like, okay, I'm going to have this luxury? Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's one of the properties existing in the park.
Yeah.
And yeah, people that are very adventurous. These are places they want to come to.
Oh yeah.
Save for
Yeah,
a few
affordable.
months. Yeah, we're very much affordable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, as compared to other lodges as well, I think we're very much affordable. We are at easy reach.
Yeah.
Only 3 hours drive from Lusaka on a smooth road. You can
Okay.
easily make it to Mukambi on a saloon car.
And plus yours is not really quite far from the main road.
Yeah,
What
it's
is it?
only 2 kilometers off the Lusaka Mongo tar road.
Okay. So
Yeah.
does that mean again that if you are really pretty close to, you know, to where there's activity, the animals are not in the vicinity where people could come and enjoy the views and whatnot? Like, so maybe is it different from other lodges that are pretty inside compared to yours?
When you talk of wildlife scenarios, we've got the park on the other side and we've got the GMA on this side.
Yeah.
There is a difference, but in terms of sightings, wildlife you see around here, it's more or less the same.
Oh, okay.
So go on the park side, view around, you may not see anything. You may not see much, but come on this side, you see lions walking around, especially in the evenings, elephants and the hippos.
Yeah.
So in terms of wildlife species, it's more or less the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, if you came at the balcony like such here, you know, where you're overlooking the river,
Yeah.
there's so much things going on around here. I don't know. Some people are not just like all of us. What sort of animals are around here that are quite friendlier to the people, and safety is guaranteed that when you're staying in such an apartment, you know, you still be safe, even if, I don't know if it's a lion that comes here to sit or it's a...
You wouldn't have lions coming to sit here, but as you've mentioned, with the safety comes first at ins, and it's
Absolutely.
one of the most important thing to do everywhere you go.
Okay.
Yes, we do agree this is wildlife area, and the animals or wildlife on this territory. We only strangers doing business here.
Yeah.
So when you are doing business or you are just a visitor coming to visit Mukambi or a tourist, first thing that is told to you is about safety. And once you are told, just be alert. Every time you're walking around, you may come across certain species that walk around in the day,
Yeah.
like elephants and hippos. And the lions you may not see daytime, you only see in the evenings, in dark hours.
Yeah.
But just keep yourself at alert, you should be fine. There won't be any animal that will come inside apart from a monkey or baboon when you leave your doors open.
For a banana snack, obviously.
For a banana snack. or
Not you as a
Mickey.
person for a snack.
No.
So quite safe.
Yeah.
Right?
One
Yeah.
thing you need to remember, we're not on wildlife menu, on animals menu.
Yeah.
So they've got other stuff they feed on. So you're not the first priority unless you corner this animal, and the aim is to protect itself, to defend itself. This is when it will put you
Or
down.
because you're in its territory.
Yes,
so
exactly.
having you as prey will be by chance.
Yes.
Yeah, you've gone to invade another person's, okay. Crocodiles, this is just like a shore of the river, so...
Yeah, we've got lots of crocodiles. Kafu is one of the rivers best known for its crocodiles. But the best thing, don't get too close to the water. Don't touch the water, otherwise you're creating your own problem.
Oh.
So these crocodiles, they realize human as the first biggest enemy. So
Yes.
they will always get away when they've got time. But when you corner them and you want to do silly things in the water, of course they will take you.
Take you out for it. So this is quite a good distance from this space to where they are, if at all, they
Yeah,
do even come
exactly.
in the banks of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
river.
And also you can see we're much closer to the river, but you can see we've elevated the veranda.
Yeah.
So what other animal that will climb in just to come and attack human?
Mhm.
Elephants will walk there as long as you don't bother them. They are fine and you still be fine.
Yeah, so you have got so many views apart from way into the game. You can simply wait here patiently, and
Yes, exactly.
out of chance maybe something comes up.
Yeah.
All right, special apartment. I was trying to kind of persuade, I don't know who, I won't mention on camera, you know, that I was supposed to have been in this particular room. I like this view, and the surrounding is
Yeah.
quite nice.
Yeah.
That's your 169. We already set sail. It's one of those inclusive packages, obviously, that you get to find at Mukambi. Did I say that right? Mukambi. Yeah, Mukambi Lodges. A boat cruise, I'm sure, is incomplete, or what would you call that? Boat cruise is a difference with what we're doing right now?
This is the boat cruise.
This is a boat cruise.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. And then
Sunset cruise, whatever you can call it. It's
Sunset
a boat
cruise.
There is day cruise and the sunset cruise.
sunset. So this is a sunset one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as Penicolas is mentioned, he's our actually guide on the Kafua River. Yeah. I'm scared to say it. It's one of those bigger bodies we have around Zambia and quite deep. So yeah, don't mind my jitteriness. Yeah, hydrophobic is what I am to some extent. So I'm trying to be as strong as possible as I can be.
Okay.
But I guess with your presence here,
Yeah.
we're good to go, isn't it?
Yes.
So now, here's a stretch. I don't know. This is I don't know where we are. It's like, to me, it's in the middle of the river. And which direction we've been headed to?
Yeah, we are going upstream, and this is the upstream. Yeah, it is from border area Congo called Kipushi. It passes through the copper belt of Zambia, and it goes all the way to the Zambezi.
Or down Zambezi, where
Yeah,
there's... Okay,
exactly.
so the water is actually flowing to this pattern.
Yeah.
Because when we were coming, I think at some point you crossed the river. And me and my colleague were actually arguing to say, no, the river meanders through and it goes the other circle, so which is the direction here? That's the reason why I'm asking, like, where are we even headed? So up north, down south. So as it goes down, passes through all the way, up to the time there's a confluence of some kind?
Yeah, there is a conference in the
Yeah.
Zambezi River.
Yeah,
for sure.
we've been there.
Yeah.
All right. So up north takes us all the way to the bridge, the
Yeah,
That-
this is the Kafua Hook Bridge.
Cafe Hook Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, and then past that goes to the other side of the park.
Yeah, the other side of the park for sure.
All right.
Yeah, because from here where we are up to the main lodge, it is the GMA, that is the game management area.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And then across the other side.
That side is the park, and this side is the park.
Okay, so the park,
Yeah.
that's where you find all these indigenous animals that you have
Exactly.
right in the park.
Sure.
And I think in a very, I would say not much density sort of season, like we see in the grass, the vegetation is quite thick about this period compared
Yeah.
to the time when it's somewhere around November.
Yeah, it
and-
is since we are still in the rainy season. Yeah, the grass is still.
So it could be more tricky to see animals
Yeah,
if
it
you're
is.
on the cruise.
for sure.
The only thing that you enjoy about this particular moment is just being on the water.
In the water, also some hippos,
Yeah.
maybe also the crocodiles. You see them. Sometimes pukus are on the bank.
On the banks of the or trying to
Yeah.
You mean the crocodiles could be found on the middle of the river?
Yeah.
Could it be that they're mostly anchoring on the shores?
Yeah, sometimes we do see them on our cruise.
Huh?
Yes.
Like closely in water?
Yes. Sometimes maybe you see them, eating the carcass of any animal or whatever, because they may come from the other side to the other side. So
Okay.
it is possible in that way. Yes.
Oh. So crocs, yeah, certainly, and hippos.
Yeah.
Would you get the distance of I think, I don't know if it's a bridge on, there's kilometers kind of calculated on the road.
Okay.
So when you are pushing this arrangement here, do you calculate how many, I don't know if it's kilometers also, that you moved from your space to whichever point?
On that one, we just calculate time and distance only, but otherwise you don't know exactly how many kilometers or so you can cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna find out exactly, like, if you have really mastered, like, okay, this is the point where you can find crocodiles. This is the point where you can find hippos. There are no significant places really. They can be at any time, at any point.
Since we are in the river already, but what we really expect is the hippos, water monitors, lizard monitors, and some water beds. Yeah.
Yeah. So necessarily, they can be anywhere. It doesn't
Exactly,
matter,
they can
matter
be
the
anywhere.
space and
Sure.
time. So on the seasonal water levels,
The levels, I would say, they can go down, but at the road where we are here, it's about 14, 18 meters deep after the rains.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
but October, October, it goes up to maybe 10.
so it goes really low.
Yes.
So right now the water
It is a bit high,
up.
yeah.
It's high.
Yes.
If I'm seeing in the banks of the trees, you could tell where water sometimes the levels could reach according to those
Exactly, that is the
trusses and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is if you have had some good significant amount of rains.
yeah. That's
Then it would be like, but this season hasn't had much rain, so this is a
this
this is normal action.
Exactly.
Did you create water pools around?
Yeah.
Water pools for people to go on those.
They do. Yeah. So as you can see these trees, you see the around. Yeah, this is the riparian woodland.
Liberian?
Riparian woodland.
Woodlands.
Yeah. So I would say the water resistant plants, and these trees they only grow where there is water,
Yeah.
around the banks on in the dumbbells.
Okay.
Yes. So we have the names. We have the jacobellies, the waterberries, the iron brown wood. Yes.
So these they can't really survive in
Where-
very dry places.
They cannot. Yeah, especially the woodlands that we have near the water rivers. We have the riparian woodland, we have the savanna, we have the bush veld, then also the miombo woodland. So in these trees you can never find them in the miombo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Miombo closer to the Dumbos? Are Miombo also close to Dumbos, or they are in a
No,
dry,
no,
dry place?
exactly. Maybe I would say 1.5 kilometers or maybe 2 kilometers away from the river.
I meant also to understand there's an interaction of this same vegetation and the type of animals you're going to find. Say where there's the existence of the Liberian tree, if you find the Miombos, then you find a certain type of animals, like
Yeah.
species.
Yeah, especially where in the riparian, mainly we found the pukus because those
They
are
love to
water bug. Yeah, those they really like water because they can go for water maybe 3-4 times a day. Yeah, and because they are typical grazers.
Oh,
They
yeah.
only go for grass.
Yeah.
And when the grass seems to be dry, they tune. They start eating dried grass. So it depends mainly
On the weather.
Yes.
So around October they don't really suffer, you know.
They
just
don't.
have to switch to
Exactly.
dry grass.
Sure.
Oh, okay. And then the dikers,
The
or
The dikers,
impalas
yeah, on dikers, those you find them in the miombo.
in the Miombo.
Yeah,
So if you find a certain type of vegetation, that then you know the type of animal.
exactly.
Is an elephant also predictable in the same sense?
That elephant can go anywhere.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. Lions.
Lions, I would say sometimes, especially this rainy season, they only concentrate on where there is no water, but
Okay.
maybe on lions. Yes.
So because with them they're chasing prey, it's certainly in most cases that they're going to be trailing the same dikers, the impalas, the whatnot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do that. So that is Mukambi staff houses.
Okay.
Yeah. All our staff, they occupy on that space. And if you look to the left side, that is the GRI, the Game Ranger International.
Okay.
Yeah, they come and
So they're within the space.
yeah. No, the owners are Mukambi, but they discussed with Mukambi and they spend their night this side.
Or the other
Or
side.
they accommodate here.
Oh,
But
okay.
on their offices, it is on the bridge.
Oh, right at the bridge. Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Alright.
Sure.
So that's a mini, what do you call it, Mukambi compound?
Yeah,
Mukambi
that is
township?
Mukambi. Yeah, I would say Mukambi compound.
So how's lifestyle? I'm sure you live there.
No,
Huh?
because I'm from afar. Yeah, that's in Kasempa. So, and I don't have a family here, so I keep myself with
Right at the lodge.
Yes.
Okay. So you come in and then there's a specific period when you're out, so you're here throughout.
Yes, yes. I just work here seasonally.
Seasonally?
Only
for how
6
long?
months.
6 months and you go
I
back
go
another 6
back.
months?
Yes,
So
yes,
6 months in, 6 months out.
for sure.
6 months with family, 6 months back.
Yeah.
quite
Anyway,
an
but I go
interesting
there
work.
for, for the off also.
Okay.
Yeah, not the all 6 months staying here, but
yeah.
find time to go and see the family.
So for how long have you been in this industry?
Yeah, this is my second season.
I mean the industry as in being a tour guide,
Oh.
working in the safari.
Yeah, it's a long time, I'm sure.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
How long?
Before I was at Mukambi Safaris, up Kafue.
Yeah.
Then I went to Nyimba. There I stayed for 7 years.
Yeah.
Then from there I came back again at Mbizi, which is the Kafue River Lodge now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then from there, that's when I came to join Mukambi.
So are you counting how many years have you been in the safari?
I'll say 7 plus.
17 plus.
No, 7.
Oh, 7 plus.
Yeah, 7 plus years.
Okay. The experience so far, how would you kind of say it's been?
Yeah, well, I can't complain, but otherwise I see that it is a very, very good industry. Seeing, meeting many different types of people and different,
People coming to
places like
lodge,
that.
yeah,
Yes.
okay. It's not a boring job because you have to do the same routine.
Exactly,
all the
that is
time.
true.
This is like your space.
Exactly.
For tourists like us tourists that have come here, it's quite exciting because we're looking forward to something. But you, who just comes here all the time, every day, how do you feel about such a job? Like, it's not really tiring
Well,
to you.
I would say this is my my career, I can say.
Okay.
Or I want to be.
You're passionate
My
about
passion,
it.
yes.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yes, and I really like in the bush.
You love the bush.
Sometimes I don't even feel happy, comfortable when I'm in town.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we can go back to the soccer for just a couple of days and then we'll bring you back. That's about the exquisite places that we've been to everywhere on the 169. But of course, the leisure of being at Mukambi, man, just explains it all, right? Came here, think about hours to count way back. You were not here.
Yeah.
I didn't see you.
I was doing shopping.
Yeah,
yes,
we did all we could. We had nice adventures, and the same adventures was also coupled with drama. Yeah, but I must say that the least that we would expect is finding ourselves, to our destination. And I must say this is an immaculate place.
Thank you very much.
It's heaven in the park.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and we're so grateful to be here finally, and I must mention that. All right, so Ed.
Yes.
Ed is your name.
Yes, John. Yes.
John.
Yeah,
right.
that is fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so Mukambi, I think, is a major player in the tourism sector in around Zambia, especially exclusively to the Kafue National Park.
Correct. Yeah.
Because you get to house, people that are coming in, for their lodging, to come and view the park and explore nature in our country.
Yeah.
Of which much I should mention that we are endowed with, in the sector of tourism.
Yeah.
Let me start it all from the scratch of business, man. How's it going?
It's going all right, but I think Zambia's got so much more potential than what's being utilized now.
Yeah.
I mean, 30% of Zambian landmass is protected areas.
Yeah.
There are very few countries in the world which has to offer as much as Zambia. And I think still Zambia is not known enough in the world market as a tourism destination. And I think things are okay, but I think Zambia's got so much potential to do much better.
Right.
Yeah.
So certainly for you to survive as Mukambi, I don't know if there's any special gimmicks out there played, but I must mention that the setup in around here speaks volumes, to some extent that one would definitely get to feel very much at home when they
Yeah.
came to visit
Yeah.
yourselves. And then you're talking about a limping, style in tourism. How are you managing, first of all?
Well, but basically, in Zambia we got two seasons, we call it. We got the peak season when it's dry
Yeah.
and all the areas are reachable because the infrastructure is very much depending on the weather.
Yeah.
If it rains, most of the areas in the park are not reachable. And this is the period of time where we're very limited. We only operate one camp now, but when it dries up and we can get anywhere in the park,
Yeah.
then a whole new world opens.
Yeah.
So how do we get by? This time of year, we got two markets basically. We got the international market, people from all over the world visiting Zambia to see the wildlife.
Absolutely.
And most of the time, about 8 of the 12 months, we do mainly local markets. Zambians who want to visit them own country and see what beautiful things they have. We're here now for 17 years, and I really can see a trend that many more Zambians now start enjoying wildlife.
Yeah.
That's really a trend. 17 years ago, it was not that common that Zambians would go on safari.
Yeah,
And
well.
it's a good sign to see that more and more Zambians are feeling proud of what they have. And
So how are you playing it all around yourselves as players in the tourism sector? Obviously, you've got friends across around Zambia and everywhere. What's the common goal that you're sharing, most of you, when it came out to tourism?
you mean, what is our passion, or why do we come here to?
What is it that you're sharing, obviously, to kind of even propel it higher to a further height?
Well, what we're all sharing, I mean, it's fantastic here.
Really?
We can almost shout it out. Zambia's got a lot to offer, and I think Zambians should be more proud of their national parks and the protected areas. I mean, it's really special, and I think we have to shout harder in the world, come and visit Zambia.
Yeah.
Because if people come here, they're surprised. They didn't really hear from Zambia as a tourism destination.
Absolutely.
And when they've been here, they all said, wow, it's beautiful.
Okay. And I don't know, I would love to kind of delve into the challenges. I know they are there massively.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, but there's also another component that is actually creeping in, that is bringing everybody into play right now, because even I, the common guy in Osaka,
Yes.
at times when I hear of a national park, I'm walking in here, like I was coming today,
Yes.
there's a lot of, sort of promissory, push-ups from people that know me. Yeah, go into the park, please bring me some buffalo meat.
Yeah. Bring me some fruits.
Bring me some kind of fruits and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I feel there's also other players that are coming into the same game and say, no, let's keep that fruit over there so that we conserve it. And then someone has to come and, see it, and at the end of the day, create some income for another person.
Yes.
If not just generate a lot of income for the country itself.
Yes.
I don't know what your message is also interacting with this sort of
My
challenge
message
coming
is,
in.
if you got a beautiful wildlife, if you all eat it, you have a full stomach once, but then it's finished.
Okay.
So you have to, everything you have to do in a certain quantity.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful that we don't eat everything and then tomorrow there's nothing left.
Yeah.
So we have to protect what we have, and it's also when the population was not so big, there was enough animals sustainable around to
Yeah.
eat. But now the population is growing. If everybody wants to eat bushmeat every day, in 2 years everything is finished. So let's protect what we have, and let's protect it also for the future generations. Our children also want to enjoy the animals and the elephants and things like that. And if we just want to eat everything or make a quick money out of it now,
Yeah.
but by shooting it and selling it, I mean, there's nothing left for the next generations.
All right. So, I was having an interaction early on with one of your employees here, Nicholas.
Yeah.
And looks like we have a major background, in this country where everyone, was sort of taught certain inculcations from the time we're growing up that, perhaps a certain lifestyle is what befitted you to sustain yourself later as you grow,
Yes.
being a hunter.
Yeah.
And, if you're away from the town and the hassle and bustle, if you're in the bush, then your immediate, food is an impala running, and then you pluck it down. And
Yeah. I think
It's for
everything that
consumption.
walks around, that's for free food.
Certainly, yeah.
But I mean, if you shoot everything, there's nothing left.
Yeah.
So you can't shoot everything. You think it's all from everybody. So it doesn't matter if I take it. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's something we have to keep there for the future generations, like I said. So I mean, it's something, you can't shoot everything and then expect it to be there tomorrow as well.
So should that mean that perhaps it's totally running away from even other components of nutrition? It's understood that the wild animal definitely is free from other carcasses as compared to towns, containment of certain diseases and whatnot. I think we all believe that the older people or the past generation lived much longer because they ate natural food. And the natural food comes from the wilderness.
No, natural food is non-processed food. It can be also non-processed chickens.
Certainly,
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be, because the problem is also a lot of people who eat bushmeat. It can be sick animals. It's not. There's no quality. There can be a lot of diseases in it. People don't know what you buy when you buy bushmeat. It's not checked by government. So bushmeat also has major health risk for people who eat it.
Right.
So they have to realize there's no quality control. You don't know diseases and things like that.
Yeah.
And 100 years ago, 50 years ago, it was a different situation. Now there's fewer animals left in smaller areas, so the pressure on the animals is much bigger than it used to be.
So the encroachment tendencies, how are they affecting your space, your, let me say, vicinity and around?
Well, encroachment, to be honest, in Zambia there's enough land. There is no land issue. There's a lot of farming land available.
Yeah.
So to be honest, historically, national parks are normally poor farming areas. So that's why they were declared national parks, because people didn't want to farm there because there's much more fertile areas.
Right.
So encroachment often also has to do with cutting trees for charcoal, and then they devastate an area, and then they leave again. But once an area is encroached, it will never ever come back. And that's the danger of encroachment. Once it's gone forever.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah. So game meat at the moment is a major talk, I would say, even around town and everywhere. Is there any other challenge that you are facing, that regarding, what should be kept in around the park and conserved for futuristic, purposes, like you were referring to other generations coming?
Well, the thing is, if the animals are gone, the parks will collapse. People who are working here in tourism will lose their jobs.
Yeah.
So, tourism, I always say, especially in wildlife, it brings jobs to normally rural areas where there's no other job opportunities.
Right.
And if I see surrounding countries, Botswana, Tanzania, even Zimbabwe now, there's so many jobs created in tourism and so many revenue created for the government.
Yeah.
I think Zambia is staying behind, and there's an enormous opportunity for Zambia to develop tourism. And it's a product you can sell time after time after time. I mean, if you do mining, you take it out of the ground, it's gone.
Yeah.
Tourism, people can come every year again.
Absolutely.
And it's a product that never exhausts itself.
So there's room for improvement in these tendencies, as we speak?
Well, the potential is here.
Okay.
And if I look at the surrounding countries, I mean, tourism in other countries, it's a major contributor to the economy. And I think Zambia still can gain a lot by that.
Yeah, sure. There's always knowledge, experience, and kind of share always going in, and you are the major players. So we're sort of coming over and getting all these insights and whatnot. And I'm sure your insightful talk here means a lot to all of us here. Knowledge about game meats, whether legal or illegal. It's gonna be coming out from the rightful hands. I don't know if it's pockets, but not obviously from the time when you need to conserve that. So I must mention that Mukambi is another hotspot for everybody to come through and, do their results. At the same time, make sure that the impala is safeguarded at the time they live in the park and nothing is carried in the bag. And go with the message.
Sure. But normally people who come to enjoy the wildlife, they understand that you can't shoot everything you see because then it's gone.
Yeah.
So people, and that's also what we see when people come and visit here. They start appreciating the nature and what's still there. It's quite special. A lot of countries don't have anything left. So we have to make sure that we keep it. And then, we have a nice tourism destination for generations to come.
Absolutely. It's I think maybe my second time trying to spend a night in the wilderness.
Yes.
Always have these daunting factors, creeping around the head and whatnot. But I must say I'm safe around here. So thank you so much for hosting us.
Yeah, absolute pleasure.
You got to keep up
we always
the
say
good
we
spirit.
have guests that do survive. Huh?
Certainly, yeah. So see you, Lusaka. Good morning, Kafue, and good morning, Zambia. The 169 crew sits on a tour, I would say drive this morning, and this is the Kafue National Park, of course. Getting to see animals is one of those exciting moments when you are in a national park, and I'm sure by now we all know the indigenous animals in around here. Looking forward to it. The vegetation is quite thick, and this period, like we said last night, is I think off-peak, if I'll mention that. It's a gamble, to see all the animals entirely on this particular safari ride. But hoping for the best that I would mention. We've got our tour guide Richard on board this morning, and certainly bringing out the whole true nature that Zambia kind of hides, somewhere in the wilderness. So this package is about this whole ride, and believe you me, it is nature that you definitely got to love to see when you came into Kafue National Park. So far, I don't know how many minutes, 3 minutes into the drive, no animal, just a bit that I've seen. But like I'm promising, not all the animals to see. I just want another ride. Your 169. This is the gentleman taking us around the park in the Kafue National Park itself, and I'd gladly say that we are in the middle of the park right about now. His name is Richard. Yeah, late introduction, but of course, all I said, welcome to 169.
Thanks so much.
Quite a unique experience for us to be right within this is a GMA, I must understand, where the interaction is with people and animals. Yeah. First of all, I don't know what tourism means to you as a tour guide.
It's quite something funny. Tourism to me means life.
Yeah.
It means everything that I've got, everything that I do as of now, like it's about tourism, and this is where my life is now.
Right.
So to me, it means life tourism.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for us to come to the park, it's either yourself or the animals. But there is, a perception with people that the bush, should provide mate, for them.
That's what everyone thinks. Like I've had a lot of guests asking me if they come down for lodge, like, do you have game meat? Do you have this and that?
Yeah.
Specifically for game meat, fish. But the whole idea being in the park is not about eating meat.
Right.
It's about seeing animals. That's the reason why I say it means life to me, because people come to see animal, not actually to kill animal.
Right.
So it's all about taking pictures, seeing them, then off you go. There's nothing like killing an animal and eat them.
So irregardless, the conservation is of essence.
Yeah, that is all about, the idea is about to do the conservation itself. That's the reason we don't emphasize on killing animals or hunting animals. We strongly stand against poaching.
Right.
All what it is about conservation, of course, yeah.
Okay, so what is the lifestyle like here? I know it's animals, but people want to sometimes come in and encroach, taking advantage. It's a GMA, and later on, obviously, start all those activities.
Of course, people want to take part, especially in killing animals, but we got as our people now, it's a wildlife department or authority.
Right.
They look into it very much carefully, and the strict orders are there that no one is allowed to kill animals. If you're found killing animal or found poaching for any purpose of poaching, you will definitely get arrested, and serious to get arrested. Yeah. So
and then there's the confidence drawn by yourselves that are wearing such attire. If a person is seeing us on TV, is that when they come to the park, do you have a relationship with animals? What's your interaction like? You're taking us around this drive, and the confidence is in you from all of that.
Yeah, you are right. It's not, to be honest, it's not that much easy. Because for me to be able to drive people around, it means that I must be exposed in the bush for some time. I must have that experience of knowing what I'm doing exactly right now. for example, if I was looking for lions, I must have an idea like what am I looking at? Am I looking at the ground? I must also be able to hear from animals, from birds, for aramcos, for anything that's going around that can stand against a lion, and that's what I'll be looking for.
Yeah.
So it's not something easy for me, but it needs experience. Okay. Of course, I find it very much comfortable if I'm moving around and if I've got an idea where the lions were spotted the last time. So yeah, that's what makes my life easier if such things are happening.
So according to animal behavior, you study animal behavior, and this is how you take the routine of people around the park. Yeah,
definitely. We look at animals' behavior. Okay. It's our communication, because we cannot talk direct with animals, but to look at their behavior. For example, like that elephant we saw. See, the moment we saw that elephant and it was busy moving up and down and like never wanted to stop. So I look at that one as it was quite a perceived to me. If that elephant was against me, if it wanted to charge us, it would have stopped and like coming to us, but never did that. So that's exactly what we'll be looking at.
So able to tell actually if at all this animal is sort of disturbed. This zone, I'm sure this is the area of stay. And
yeah, definitely. With the animal approach, we've got some zones that we consider if we're approaching animal. We have what we call a comfort zone, safety zone, and alert zone. So these are the zones that we consider every time we get into an animal. There are times we find an animal just sitting on its own or feeding on its own. Then you're just driving around. This animal is not even bothered about you. You're actually on its comfort zone. It's not even bothered about you. But once you start making some more progress to it, you get into an alert zone where the animal just stand looking at you. See, what are you trying to do? What is it going on here? Then, you see, if you keep on coming to it, the animal now start thinking, okay, this thing is coming to me. There must be two ways here. Either I run away or I charge him. So if animals got enough loot to run away from you, you see the animal just shooting off from you and off it goes. But if you push too much pressure, the animal doesn't find enough time to decide and they have to charge you.
So it reacts. Yeah. Okay, so there has to be sort of room for you to view the animal.
Definitely.
You cannot really come closer.
No, you cannot come closer. Yeah. There are some animals that I can tell that we do come closer. For example, for lions, lions we can approach them like in the meter of like 3 meters, 2 meters.
Close in that range.
Yeah, close to that line, that will be fine.
Okay.
But you cannot do that to an elephant.
All right.
Yeah. Because lions.
What's the reaction like with the lion? Like 3 meters? It will be surprised that you're here, or
the first approach of a lion coming to coming to them, they'll just look at you. Okay, there comes what's going on here. They'll look at you, then you see them. Okay, they'll just proceed what they're doing. If they were just sleeping, you see them again sleeping down flat on the ground. Then see, okay, they're fine. Then you can get close to them, watch them. Then after 3 meters or 2 meters, depending on the mood we are talking about the mood of the animal.
Yes.
Then you say, okay, it's fine. But there are some, in the same area, we look at what they are doing. If they are sleeping, then it's fine. But if they are feeding or they are mating, you pay attention to that because if they are feeding, they look at you like you want to steal their meat. So definitely they'll be...
You're an enemy.
You're an enemy.
Okay.
So you maintain the distance. But you see that they are feeding, they also concentrate much on the feeding. So yeah. You just need to see what's happening there. You just need to communicate with animals. So
are you trying to comfort us that lions don't see the food in a person? Like
no, you know how it is. It's quite very funny. When you're seated in the vehicle like this one, animal sees this thing as one object. Okay. So that's the reason why we tell you not to stand up and lower the voices down and lessen the movement. So once you stand up, you break the shape of the object of the vehicle.
Yeah.
They start now seeing you individual like a person in the vehicle, and what's that person doing there? But if you sit just relaxed there, you see these animals like they're not bothered about you because they have been seeing these cars a lot of times and they know this car, it comes and it goes, doesn't do any harm to them.
Right, Richard, you're a very good component in this whole play of tourism in Zambia.
Thanks very much.
Keep yourself and keep the animals safe around.
Thank you very much.
We need the conservation
Good
going
one,
on.
thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That's your 169. Aid, how are you today?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm very well. And yourself?
Yeah,
How
very
was
well.
the night?
The night was kind of splendid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Game drive?
Game drive was also good.
Yeah. What did
Went
you see?
around. I got to see crocodile, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw an elephant or elephants as per plural.
Yeah.
Yeah, a buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, except we missed the head. But
Okay.
apparently there were two that actually remained from behind, so we managed to spot them
Okay.
at a cute distance.
Yeah.
Must mention, yeah. Monitor lizard, and I think I was the tour guide for myself because I think I spotted about 2, 3, 4 species
Okay.
in around the drive. So wow, it was quite an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Of course, looking forward out to the carts. Didn't see any lions.
No,
Quite
no.
disappointed.
Because now the bush is very thick. In the rainy
Yeah.
season, the grass is high and the bush is very thick, so it's more difficult to spot the animals.
Yeah, I knew it was pretty a gamble, to go there and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm told there's a leopard that has cubs.
Yeah.
So we're trying
No,
to
yesterday I
fit
saw
around
them.
it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So we were hoping we're gonna see that, but I'm sure we're still
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
back.
yeah. No, you
anytime
have to.
soon.
It's not a zoo, so you never
Absolutely.
know what you'll see on
Yeah,
the game drive.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what it is. And I find you busy here. Sorry to hold
Yes,
you down.
no,
and-
no problem.
Okay, I don't know what this space is all about.
Now this is basically we run the whole lodge, including all the freezers, switches, the welding, the water pumps, the lights, everything we do on solar.
Okay.
So basically what you see here, that's the battery that's running the whole lodge.
Oh,
it's,
nice.
It's a very new technology.
Yeah.
It's lithium ferrum phosphate.
Alright.
And we have it for 2.5 years now and it runs like a dream.
Oh, okay.
There's a generator, we're not on Sesco here. The nearest by Sesco is 120 kilometers from here. So before we had generators, but it's noisy, it's polluting, it's
that.
it takes a
Yeah.
lot of fuel. And since we got this, our fuel consumption is almost zero.
Yeah.
So it works wonderful and it's very
So
green.
that's
of
the
course.
question outside there actually, like, when you come in the middle of the bush,
Yes.
I'm sure there's no tapping of power coming through and around, so I'm sure
Yeah.
this is quite sustaining us.
Yes. Yeah, and also power is, you need it for the refrigerators, for your food
Fresh
has to be
food,
cooled,
yeah.
lights at night.
Yeah.
But also the workshop, we do welding, everything on this solar, so it's fantastic. It works very well. And this is with this technology. Before we had the old batteries, and every
Yeah.
2 years we had to replace them. But this got for 2.5 years, and they expect the lifespan 15 to 20 years without replacing.
Yeah. So it's probably a choice to, keep yourself if you want that down life away. Dim the light if you don't want them, or we have a choice also to get the lights on.
Yeah.
That's it.
But also the new light bulbs, the LED and energy saving bulbs, is a big difference with the old light bulbs. Eh?
Yeah.
You use 10% what we used to use with the old type of
Type
light
of,
bulbs.
light
So it makes a big difference. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's silent, no moving parts.
Yeah.
You don't have to change oil. It's just there and it always works. So it's-
Really.
Yeah.
There's one thing fascinating about this whole,
Yeah.
place. It looks more of an environment that is, a setup pushed in the middle of the bush because
Yeah.
it's housing,
Yeah.
quite a number of things that you may find in other, I don't know, there's this interaction now that you've pushed in your community school.
Yeah.
Can you see another same name, Mukambi?
Mukambi Community
I took
School, that's
I-
correct. Yeah.
I took a walk around in the morning
Yeah.
with one of the tour guides. There's also some sort of residential area. I would
Yes,
go,
yeah, no,
within the
because
park.
we're far away,
Yeah.
and our staff also have to live here. And
Yeah.
since we never close, we think it's not fair for the staff to give them, that they can't live with their families.
Yes.
So we created a Mukambi community where the whole family can live together
Yeah.
with the children, and we have a very high quality school. We've got
Right.
5 teachers. It's really a good school.
Oh, okay.
So we're really, we're a community together.
So that is
we
also
look after each
gazetted
other.
under the Ministry of Education?
Yes,
Pretty
yes,
much
it's registered.
considered.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
community school, but
Yeah.
it's registered and checked by the ministry. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah, and the staff there were qualified to. It's running from what grades? From
From 1 to 7.
1 to 7.
Yeah.
And then thereafter they graduate going to
Yeah,
secondary
yeah. For
schools.
now, because we can't have enormous school, but
Right.
But they get a very good start. If they do grade 7 here, they're really up to speed. It's a high quality school.
Well,
so,
it's a good initiative, man.
Yeah.
Trying to set up a lodge and trying to.
No,
offer
it's a
that
community.
service and-
It's a society in itself almost.
Yeah.
We're here now for 17 years, and you have to look after each other. So
Yeah.
if we look after each other, we're loyal to each other, and we see future because the children get good education, they have good houses,
Yeah.
and that also you create loyalty to each other.
Yeah.
If you look after each other, you also want to stay.
So how long has the school been running?
The school is, I think, for 12 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not thinking of expanding into secondary? I mean, that's like
Well,
time.
it's where do you start and where do you stop?
Yeah.
I think the basis is the most important. If you've got a good basis in life, if you get good start with education for 7 years, then it's much easier to continue. So I think primary school in that respect is more important than secondary.
Yeah. Sure, true.
But I mean, never say never, and we every year or every so many years we put an extra grade on it.
Okay.
We're going to expand the school building itself as well
Yeah.
to have more classrooms. But we're not being a school for 500 children, you know. It's
Yeah.
just for the people living here.
Absolutely. True. Well, Lamaster, congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
We thought we were just going to see animals and have the leisure around here,
Yeah,
but I
no,
feel it's
good.
quite a good scope for us to, you know, expand and to go back there with, I think, cute content.
Yeah.
Lamas mentioned. So we're still here in around the 169 in
Good.
the
No,
crew.
no,
Yeah.
I definitely will watch.
As I say, you
Thank
can
very
turn
much.
out your business. Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. It's such an amazing experience, you know, coming into the Riviera side of Fiume River, and of course the game drive, interesting stuff to see around, and meeting friends.
Yes.
You know, making colleagues and you know, being a part of the Corporation of Tourism in Zambia is such an amazing experience. And I'm with my friend here, John Barron. Welcome to Zambia. Welcome to, well, I'm sure you were welcomed at the reception, but of course I must also welcome you to 169, this particular show that you're on.
Thank you. Appreciate
Right.
that. Yes.
Yeah. So Mukambi is a household name, I think, to most of the tourist attractions in around the world and whatnot. So I'm sure you're going to be telling us, you know, the reason why you are here. But I should tell my viewer there that the gentleman is fresh in Zambia. How many hours are you on?
Oh, wow, about 30 hours in Zambia
About
now.
30 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you flew all the way from
Victoria, British Columbia, in Canada.
in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, what brings you to Zambia?
It's what brings me to Zambia. Well, I have history, family history that
Yeah,
leads
okay.
me to Southern Africa, and
Absolutely.
then I'm here with my mother and my cousin and niece
Yeah.
to come to Mukambi and
Yeah.
see the game and the game drives and experience the culture, the food. It's an amazing place.
Absolutely. So you and I are meeting here as, you know, both explorers, you know, at this
Yes.
particular
Yeah.
destination, and I'm just, I don't know if what is ringing in my mind is what is ringing in your mind too. Why this name? I mean, there's quite a number of safaris and around where you can go, and
Well, it's a very well-known lodge.
Absolutely.
An incredible reputation, and it's on the Kafui, which
Yeah.
is also the largest park in Zambia.
Of course.
And it's incredible. I mean, the scenery is incredible.
yeah,
We were also here for my cousin, her daughter,
Yeah.
needs to explore this for her first time as 15-year-old as well. So, yeah, we hope to see some incredible animals.
Absolutely,
And, we're going on a game drive tonight.
tonight. Oh,
Really
yeah,
looking
that's
forward
the-
to it. Yeah.
I was there in the morning, and you know, there's always obviously imagination of some animals that you want to see or whatever you're going to find in there. So I wish you all the best. That's about 16:30, I'm sure, at the time that you
Yes,
you
yeah,
know, take
yeah.
a boat and then, you know, into the park. But is it the same in around Canada? Are
it's
people
so-
passionate about tourism and, you know?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Outdoors tourism is something I'm involved in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so different. Africa has this mystique, and the wildlife is so different here.
Yeah.
And you know, the variety and the richness of it, and the culture. It's such a different experience than what
Yeah.
we have at home.
Okay.
To see the same kind of game in Canada is very rare.
It's quite rare.
Very rare. And
Yeah.
and here, you know, we're hoping to see things like hippopotamus and
Yeah.
where there's lions and elephants.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
kind
you
of
know,
it's
just
very
a
much
crossover there.
it's very much like the dream, right? So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and that's part of the experience
That's
too.
part of the experience. Right, and I'll talk about the background first of all, as in yourself, you know, coming to be an enthusiast, you know, when it came into tourism and whatnot. I don't even know where it began from. I'm just meeting you like hours ago.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think one of the interests that has sort of inspired me about Africa and to come to Africa, and especially Zambia, is there's some family history here for me.
Yeah.
So in the 1930s, my grandfather came to Zambia to work in the copper belt.
Really?
Yes, and
Okay.
so both of my parents were born in southern Africa, and my mother and my uncle were born here as well.
Yeah.
So there's been these stories and lore and you know, childhood stories that are bigger than life.
So you want to get the experience for yourself.
Yes, yeah, really, very much
Be
so.
there,
Yeah, yeah.
get the lineage, you know, done. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a really big part of it, and it's been such a rich sort of web of stories and history in our family, and it's
Yeah.
really part of. You have to come and see it. You can't just look at pictures on the internet or, read a magazine or National Geographic. It's not the same.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
So being there is what it's just
being
it's-
here,
being here,
is-
or
yeah.
going there, as per
Or
se,
going, yeah, from
and
Canada.
coming here.
and it's a
know.
it's a big journey.
Quite an interaction, man. I should say that. Okay. So I wish you all the best on your game drive.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in your stay. I guess the 10 days is going to be another amazing experience for you to be
We
around
have a
this
lot of
country.
experiences. Yeah, so we spent a little bit of time in Osaka.
Yeah,
Interesting city.
yeah,
Fascinating. And we are then going to Western Province more.
Yeah. Western Province
Yeah.
tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
So
Traveling
you're
around.
still on the explorative motive.
Oh, very much so.
That I
Yeah,
must
there's
mention.
A lot to
So,
discover.
so for the rest of the days that are remaining here, I'd love you to kind of say hello to any Zambian out there watching the 169.
Hello, Zambia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for hosting us in your wonderful country. It's a very special experience. Yeah.
John, say hello to your cousin, I guess.
Thank
There's
you.
your niece there, and there's your
Yes.
mom.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an amazing, family to meet, obviously.
Oh,
And
thank you.
My pleasure.
Appreciate that.
Stay well.
Thank you.
Yo, 169. And so there you have it. Our 169 Cruise Adventurers trip is over and done at Mukambi Lodge right in the Kafue National Park. See us next time where we're going to take you. Bye.